back to another RainBNB community-driven CHAMA campaign. Now, I know it's been a minute. Actually, it's been a week plus since I did my last live campaign, but we're back again. Despite the challenges, of course, those are obstacles we need to counter and mitigate in order for us to be successful. Anyway, in today's campaign, or what we're going to talk about rather, is Bitcoin rally. We have seen how Bitcoin has surged all the way from $74,000 back up to about $110,000 or $111,000. That's about 14.2 million, 14.4 million thereof. So that's the current value of BTC. That is how powerful cryptocurrency, aka decentralized tokens, are powerful. All right, so we'll basically look at how RainBNB and Bitcoin's rally to over $1 million can change every African's life. Now, Bitcoin has been rallying since the last dip at about $74,000, and this comes amid Trump's, election into presidency and the tariffs that he was passing along, as well as the adoption of crypto in the US economy. So I will start, or rather I will lead with a few examples. In Nairobi, Amina wakes up at 5 a.m., prepares mandazi or chapatis to sell to those heading to work or school. Somewhere in Accra, we have Kojo. He runs probably a mobile money kiosk, barely saving a few cedis after every daily expenses. In Lagos, we have Chinedu, who juggles on online gigs, praying that the Naira won't lose more value overnight. Now, these are not just stories. These are real-life realities of millions of Africans fighting inflation, low wages, and unstable currencies. All while the global economy marches into a revolution led by Bitcoin's rally. All right? So Bitcoin is definitely going to $1 million plus, but are you going to own any of these assets at any given time? Now, experts like Kathy Wood and institutional investors are predicting Bitcoin will cross the $1 million per coin. I'm talking about the value of one coin of Bitcoin, right? Not the general amount, just one coin, that one token by itself. The value is going to, or is rather predicted to cross $1 million each within the next few years. And why is that? Because, one, Bitcoin is very, very scarce. We only have about 21 million BTC that was created and exists in the blockchain space. Number two, it is decentralized. That means no government can manipulate it. By manipulation, I mean they cannot print it. They cannot print a surplus of whatever already exists. The beauty with blockchain technology is that once it is released into the ecosystem, it exists in that exact amount for good. It cannot be altered or manipulated in any way or sense. That means they'll have to now alter all information across all computers in the world, which is very impossible. And that gives it a bestowed amount of power to operate as a global digital gold currency that can be used by anyone, anywhere in the world. So number three, which takes us now to the third point, which is it is a digital form of gold. And that's our digital future lies in. But here's the brutal truth. While the wealthy in the West stack Bitcoin, most Africans are priced out. Why? Not because they cannot earn, but because they are earning in weak currencies. This fiat currency, pesa ya karatasi that we use here, that is weak currency with no access to real systems. Now, with RainBNB, the African CHAMA that flips this whole script, bringing about equality and a level playing ground, Well, with chamas, which are known to be community savings groups, are already the backbone of African economies. These common table banking systems were used to back here at home. But now what RainBNB does is take the trusted model and supercharge it with cryptocurrency, tech, and the global impact it has on the general community. So now RainBNB's decentralized CHAMA empowers you to, one, join at a very small cost, very small, about $3, which is converted roughly to your local economy or local currency to about 400 shillings thereof. And you earn BNB, a top crypto token, which is actually top 5 of the world's best cryptocurrencies, or most valuable, or rather most used, through referrals. Now you convert those BNB into Bitcoin very, very easily. Either you can use it, you can convert it directly on your wallets, your digital wallets, or you can convert it in an exchange platform such as Binance. That way you will easily grow wealth collectively, securely, and much, much faster through the community building initiative, which is RainBNB Decentralized Community-Driven CHAMA. So this is not a dream, and it is already happening. With a few examples of the impact it has made, maybe I can take an example of someone like Rose, who is about 32 years of age, somewhere in Kisumu or in Kenya, a single mother who joined RainBNB through a friend. She activated her CHAMA account, invited maybe 12 people or more in her community using her link. Remember, this is a digitized platform. This is not a company. I've always mentioned that RainBNB is not a company. It is not headed or controlled by any central entity or any individuals. Apana. This is a community-driven platform, meaning it is owned by you and I. It's as simple and direct as that. Now, once you have your community, these people start gifting you or contributing money into your wallet directly. It does not go through any central command for it to be redistributed back into your wallet. Nothing like that ever happens. That means when someone is coming in to RainBNB or joining this community or this decentralized CHAMA, what they're simply doing is they're gifting you money. Wanakuchangia pesa, right? Because BNB is a digital currency just like Bitcoin, and it is also a digital form of gold asset that you can store, and its value can appreciate in time into probably even double the current value it is right now. And within months or so, you have that figure probably even doubling or tripling or so. So it's crazy. So now, Rose is earning BNBs on a weekly basis, and in 3 months, she has had enough to buy her first fractional Bitcoin. Probably what she has made or received in form of contribution is not enough to purchase a full Bitcoin, because one whole Bitcoin costs about 14.2 million shillings. It might be a challenge for her to purchase that at the moment, but through buying those small fractions of BTCs we call Satoshis, she can be able to accumulate bits of those Satoshis, and before you know it, she has a full Bitcoin through the efforts of this community who are gifting her BNB directly into her wallet. So that puts her in full control of whatever assets she receives on this digital community building CHAMA. Now, this is something she thought was only for the rich. So that means anyone, anywhere can literally get to access BTC, whether directly or indirectly, and the best way would be through RainBNB Decentralized Community Building CHAMA. Imagine just a contribution of about roughly 400-500 shillings, getting to own you almost a full Bitcoin in no time. That's insane, and that's achievable within a community that stands or works together. Another fine example is of Samuel from Kumasi, 27 years of age, Kumasi, Ghana. Now, he's a tech survey, a youth with no formal job. Samuel used his phone and WhatsApp to refer over 150 people. Today, he's probably a CHAMA leader, earning in crypto and teaching others to do the same thing he did. I mean, one, he's not paying any taxes simply because he's making his money in the digital space using what we call cryptocurrencies. He can easily survive through the month, through the year with those said coins without ever having to convert them to his local currency. Or if he does, he can convert in very small bits to avoid any detection or any freezing of assets by the central bank when he converts a lot of those crypto assets into his local currency. Because once, probably if it surpasses probably a standard or minimum of about 1 million like Kenya, your account is probably frozen or suspected for fraudulent activities, and therefore it is investigated and you are brought up for questioning and such sort of things. So now, to avoid that, you can fully live and depend on cryptocurrencies as a mode of payment throughout even your entire life. All right? Now, another fine example is of Esther and her friends in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, their women's cooperative joined RainBNB. This is a cooperative of women, probably doing in the informal form of banking, which is what we refer to as CHAMA. And they pulled efforts and BNB together through RainBNB and bought 0.2 worth of BTC. 0.2 worth of BTC is about maybe $200,000. No, not 200,000, but about $2,000 thereof, if I'm not wrong. And they're building a shared store of value with no inflation that can destroy their net worth. So the beauty of cryptocurrency is you are exempt from central control and things like inflation that affect the value of that specific currency. The only thing that can affect the value of Bitcoin is demand and supply. That means when you want to buy that coin in big amounts, that is demand. And when that coin is in scarcity, or whatever amount is available, that is supply. So when the supply is in scarcity, that causes an increase in that value of that specific asset. I believe up to that point we understand what I mean. So therefore, when something is in abundance, or meaning it's in big supply, like the fiat currencies we're using, that means the government is printing more, its value depreciates, and that's what causes inflation. Okay? And now to control that, they try and somehow seal it with printing more money or giving out loans and things like that. But anyway, to counter it, we use decentralization and the power of Bitcoin and blockchain technology through RainBNB. All right? So why must you join now? One, Bitcoin is climbing. I believe if you have been tracking the behavior of, or rather the growth of Bitcoin since its initiation or since its development and release into the blockchain ecosystem, it has been exponential within a very short period of time. It's grown even faster than gold. I believe by now it has surpassed the value of gold. Gold should be playing at around $80,000, maybe $90,000 a kilo. For BTC, just one coin is about $110,000 to $111,000. That's about 14.4 million Kenya shillings if converted to our local currency. So that's crazy. So that means what? Early movers gain the most. How? Through easy contributions mnapata from this community that you're inviting to come and changia you or gift you cryptocurrencies or money. That money you can either use it to grow and receive more contributions and still hold it or convert it into BTC. Those contributions ambazo umepewa from this community that you're coming to receive money from, unazistore tu in a different wallet and you convert it into now what we call Bitcoin. So that as the value of Bitcoin appreciate, so does the value of that asset that you have, or those satoshis of BTC you have bought, also increase. So that's another smart way of making more gains from contributions you have received, again, from the community, out of a 500, maybe 400, 500 shillings contribution out of pocket that came only once. Yani this means that you went into your pocket, made a contribution out of pocket just once. Never again will you be asked to go back into your pocket and make another contribution again. No. Anything else for you to receive more contribution comes from who? The community. They're the ones who will support you to do that. They're the ones who are going to give you those contributions or those monies to be able to receive more contributions from the rest of the community again. And also, besides that, remember there are royalties here. So the longer you keep participating in this CHAMA, the more ownership you keep gaining in this community, meaning you're going to be receiving some form of dividends on a monthly basis, simply out of being a loyal participant on this CHAMA or in this CHAMA. I don't know if it's making sense to any of you. Now, besides all that, while that is happening on the side, you're still getting contributions from this same community you've been growing. Now, even as you are getting your contribution, so are they. Now, that's something we need to understand deeply. Now, the BNB rewards are flowing. So you refer now, you earn there and then. Because remember, when someone is making a contribution, it will leave his wallet and go directly into your wallet without going through any other channel. Because we're using what we call a smart contract that has been deployed into the blockchain ecosystem. Now, once you deploy a smart contract into an ecosystem with specific instructions, that is exactly how it's going to act. So if you tell it that once someone has made a contribution from maybe wallet A, because he is using the link given to him by sponsor B, that means now funds are supposed to leave wallet A directly to wallet B without going through any other channel to reach this person. I believe up until there we understand from that example. Now, another thing you need to note is that RainBNB is growing very fast. And this is not just happening in Africa alone. It's happening in Asia. The growth there is immense and crazy. And that is why I am using this campaign or this platform to push my campaign or this mission to empower more than 1.5 million Africans across the whole of Africa or the African continent. But now for me to make this possible, I will need the community's support. How? You can either do donations, contributions, and gifts through TikTok, share the live, and the rest just grows organically. Because the more people this information reaches, the more people get educated or become aware of exactly how they can grow their net worth using a very small contribution. Very, very small. So with RainBNB, no one is left behind. Even those with just $3 can earn royalties and lifetime contributions via the community model. It's as simple and direct as that. Now, I won't lie to you that you need to put in effort. And what is the effort here? Just talking to someone. Just tell them we are having a digital CHAMA here where people are coming to contribute money directly into each other's pockets. Because a digital wallet is basically like having your M-Pesa directly there with you. It's only that now this platform enables you to receive more and more contributions directly from a broad community, not just limited to boundaries, but the entire globe. That's how insanely powerful RainBNB is. So this is not just crypto, it's Africa's wealth revolution. And that is how we're simply going to grow. So what's stopping you? A small $3, maybe 400 shilling startup capital? Is that what's really stopping you from joining RainBNB? Now remember, RainBNB gives you a very cheap start. Very cheap. And from there, you can be able now to control whatever future you want to have. It's as simple as that. So you do not require any technical skills or knowledge, because this is a very simple system that has been set up on the blockchain ecosystem. Now, what this means is you only require to download a wallet, a Web3 wallet. Web3 basically means decentralized. And the whole aspect of this is to bring back power to the people. That's why the idea of decentralization. Okay? Now, through that wallet, you make your deposit of the required amount, which is $3 that you need for you to join or participate in this CHAMA. Now, once you have made that contribution, you a full, or rather a lifetime member or participant of this community building initiative. So never again will you be asked to make an out-of-pocket contribution into RainBNB for you to progress or keep receiving contributions. Apana. Anything or everything that happens here, you will be able to do through the contributions you are receiving from this community or your network. Okay? So, with that in mind, even with no network, just maybe referring the two that is the minimum required, and as you build, you will grow and everyone wins. So your network is basically your net worth. Maybe we can take an example of your circle of friends, or even your neighbors or your family. How much would you say is your combined wealth? Now, what if you converted those relationships into real money simply through RainBNB Decentralized CHAMA? What do I mean? I mean this. You invite your friend. That friend you have invited has contributed money to you, senor. Now, after he has made that contribution, that now entitles him as a full-time participant or a lifetime member of RainBNB to now receive contribution from other friends he invites here as well. That's crazy. Great. So the time is now. Your Bitcoin future starts with RainBNB public CHAMA. Now, we need to note that decentralized means public. I mean, the opposite of central is decentralization. When power is centralized, that means now the opposite of that becomes power that has been publicized. Right? So once I think we understand what decentralized means, we have a better understanding of what RainBNB really is about. So let's act now. RainBNB's decentralized CHAMA can turn your hustle into a wealth building engine for yourself, your family, and your community. Simply by joining, referring, you earn from those referrals or that community, and then you convert those assets into BTC, and then watch the value of your net worth blow up. It's as simple as that. So the concept is very, very direct and very simple. It's only a matter of now changing our mindset and not being lazy, because every person you talk to is a conversion into money. Now imagine maybe you have like 100 contacts on your phone book, or even more. Some of us have maybe even 1,000 contacts. Now imagine just converting 100 of those into money. Bala kuitisha do, we niokolee maybe 500, niokolee 1,000, ama niokolee a certain amount, I need to sort this out. Why not ask them, niokolee kwa hii chama, through them joining, because this is money they're bringing to you. Now, through that, atakuwa amekukolea, because now he has sent you the money through in form of crypto. But then again, he again can also benefit when he asks a friend to send him something small through his wallet or through RainBNB. It's insane. I mean, you can receive hundreds of contributions, thousands, or even millions of contributions through this Simsam channel. and you grow all as a community so that everyone gets to benefit all around. Also, not just from one end. Because now maybe there's a business. You have a friend who runs a business, but now this friend of yours asks you, why don't you maybe invite your friends over, ama unisaidie promote biashara yangu or something of the sort. But now what's in it for you? Besides maybe getting a free plate of food or free glass of juice. Are you getting any monetary benefit? Sometimes not. But now the smarter way of doing it, or having to refer someone and still benefiting, not just benefiting the person who you're referring for, but even you yourself, is through RainBNB. Because even as you refer, maybe you get to participate in this. You have made your contribution to this person. Now you refer. You're not just building his community, you're also building your own community as well, because you're receiving those contributions directly. So even as you grow, he grows. So everyone grows organically as one community. That is the power of RainBNB. So maybe if we have any questions, you can ask. Feel free to engage. And even on that, we can get to learn from each other. All right? So please do share maybe your experiences on maybe some of these crypto platforms. Maybe also your experience on holding some of these tokens such as Bitcoin and the likes, right? If you've made money, and maybe how you'd also like to expand, or diversify your portfolio and look for other ways to maybe grow your income and things of the sort, But RainBNB would be the best possible way to do that, because this is a community-backed CHAMA. That means everyone's effort is collectively put in together to grow each other, not just one person or individual. It doesn't work like that. It works as one big community. And that is why I need all Africans to wake up and realize what is right in front of us, because this is a very, very powerful tool. Only if we get to utilize it right now and take advantage of it and run with this, because this is a great, great opportunity where, with a simple contribution, it can get you to places you have never imagined you would get yourself to. Okay? So the power of decentralization is immense and insane. We have seen the growth of Bitcoin from less than $1 worth, just one BTC. Today, one Bitcoin, that same Bitcoin, remember, it's worth, Bitcoin was created in 2008 and released into the blockchain ecosystem in 2019. So its growth has been, has been monitored since then. And we have seen immense growth of this specific asset over time. And this is not a very long time. It's about maybe almost 20 years, 15, 20 years. So it's a powerful, powerful tool. And right now it stands at $111,000, one Bitcoin. From being worth less than $1, today it stands at $110,000 worth. Now its value is actually expected to reach about $1 million plus in a couple of years, maybe 2 to 3 years, maybe 4, depending on how fast everyone adopts into this technology. Now, the best way to adopt into it before it's too late for us to even afford one, let alone a fraction of it. This is the best tool you have right in front of us. Whatever contributions you're now getting from RainBNB Decentralized CHAMA or this community, you can use those contributions to, by converting them from BNB to Bitcoin. It's very much possible and very, very easy. You can do it either directly in your wallets, in your Web3 wallets, or you can withdraw it to a centralized exchange, a crypto centralized exchange, and easily convert it from there. So it's very easy, it's very direct, and it's very much possible. But it all depends on you and your vision. So how far do you want to see yourself grow or go? All right, so all this is determined by your goal and how far you want to reach in life. But the tool is right here in front of you. I have shared, or rather, I will keep sharing as much as I can on as often as I can as well. But for me to keep pushing this campaign awareness, I need all your support. I cannot do it on my own. Therefore, if we can stand as one community, we will definitely grow, and we can be able to reach over 1.5 million Africans across Africa, create awareness, and also onboard them onto the blockchain space. Because this is the only way we can financially liberate ourselves as Africans and escape this financial oppression we are facing from the West. People are always taking advantage of us because they feel or they think we're illiterate. We need to prove to them that we are not, simply by making money. Money is going to solve all our troubles and our problems and chase away these beberus, or people who are trying to siphon our wealth directly from under our feet. So that is one way of tackling our financial challenges here in Africa, by going decentralized, escaping control from the central bank, because these banks are the ones that are still control, or rather puppets, for the Western world. So for us to escape all that nonsense, we need to decentralize. We need to adopt crypto, and the best way, or rather the fastest way we can do it, is through a community-based initiative that is meant for all our benefit. Because when something is decentralized, there's no longer any self-need, or rather, how do I put it? There's no longer that selfish interest to purposely grow your own self. No, here now it's a community interest where everyone gets to grow as one. So I will be seeing you guys in the next live. Probably I'll do another one today evening, just to reflect back on RainBNB and its full potential and the power it holds in liberating all Africans from financial bondage. All right, so we definitely grow from a very small beginning, which is about $3, and we keep pushing as one community as the network grows. So I will see you then. Have a great afternoon.